What's going on, everyone? Hey, you might know, maybe you don't know, last week my daughter got married. Now, if you know me, you know some things about my daughter. If you've taken any of my photography classes, you have seen my daughter, obviously, in photos. But she did get married last week. Now, a couple things I wanted to clear up real quickly about this. Not all of my family know that she got married last week. Now, you may think that's a little surprising. But as it is today, many of the young folks today feel that they want to put together their own wedding, and so she did. And she said that she only wanted to invite people that she knew and who had been part of her life as she was growing up. And there are many people in my family who she does not know, and they really weren't part of her life growing up. So even though I felt, well, you should kind of invite certain relatives anyways, like my cousins or whatever, but we have a large family, and she just said, no, no, I just want people there that I know, okay? And that's her choice, and she put together the entire wedding. It's not like her dad didn't know anything about the wedding industry, of course, right? I've done many weddings, but she wanted to put it together. So good or bad, she was doing this whole thing herself, okay? Didn't ask for our opinions, didn't do anything, did the whole thing herself. And overall, she did a pretty good job. But was it stressful? Yes, it was very stressful for her and stressful for us because there's things that, families discuss, let's just say discuss. And it gets a little heated sometimes. So it was a difficult time up to the wedding. But I will say that the wedding went off without a hitch. Now, that's a play on words, isn't that? Yes, they got hitched. So the wedding went off with a hitch, but no problems. How's that? Overall, everything went very well. Now, I wanted to tell you a little bit about my son in law, okay? Now, his parents had asked that my daughter call them by their first names, which is fine. They have their traditions, they can ask to be called whatever. However, I would not allow that to happen. While they were dating, I said, I will be known by Mr. whatever my last name is. Okay, now again, if you don't know me, you don't know my last name. But if you know me, you know my last name. So, Mr. whatever, all right? My wife didn't feel so comfortable with the Mrs. So and so. So she kept thinking, I should let him call me by the first name. Now, you can't have the father of well, at that time, father of the girlfriend, be called by the Mr. and the wife of the girlfriend being called by the first name. So after long discussions, I said, no, in our culture and our family, it's by some respect. So you have to say Mr. So she finally said, okay, I will be known as Mrs. whatever. Okay, so we're Mr. and Mrs. whatever. His family, first names. Okay. When they got married, after all the congratulations from friends and everything went by, I went up to him and I told him, you are now to call me Dad. All right. And my wife said that she could be called Mom as well. And again, she still kind of felt funny about that. She goes, he's not technically my son. He's the son in law. I go, yeah, well, okay. But again, you can't call one person Dad and call the other person by the first name. So she said, okay, we will be known as Mom and Dad. All right. So Father's Day comes along just the other day, and it was the first time he was able to say, hi, Mom, hi, Dad. All right. Now, that's got to be a little strange for him. I mean, he does have a mom and a dad, all right? And to be able to say that to us after a couple years of saying Mr. and Mrs. has got to be difficult. I know for myself, when I got married, my wife and their family called their parents father and mother. I mean, they're very formal. Okay. Now, if you call your own father and mother, how could you have someone call you by your first name? Anyways, so for me, it was difficult for me to say father and mother. I mean, to me, that's very formal. But again, their parents were not born here; they were born in China, and they just called them father and mother, right? So it was difficult for me. My dad was born here in the United States. My mom was born in China, but I still call them mom and dad, right? So, anyways, what about your families? Do you go by mom and dad, or do you go by Mr. and Mrs., or do you go by first names? How do you go with that? All right, leave a comment below and let me know. But anyways, I am waiting for the day when we're out in public and he has to call me Dad. All right. And the reason I think this is a little interesting to see how this works out is because he is not Chinese. He is Caucasian. All right. So it won't be hard for him if he gets used to doing it, but I'm waiting for the day when bystanders hear it for them to kind of turn and go, oh, what? Now, this is not abnormal. I mean, there are people who are married who are not of the same race, but there's got to have a little bit of, I don't know, what would you call it? A little uneasiness of like, what did he just say to that guy? I mean, maybe it's just my weird sense of humor, but I'm just waiting for that fun time that actually happens. Okay, so anyways, that's just something that we will deal with when that time comes. So I just wanted to share that with you. If you like these videos, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you'd like to see more videos from me. And after you do that, you'll see a little bell icon. Hit that too, because that will let you know when new videos come out. Let me know in the comments, what would you do? What would you call your future in-law? First name basis, Mr. or Mrs., Mom or Dad. Talk to you guys next time.